Welcome to Freshman Family Night, class of 2025 families and students. We are so happy to have you. Some brief introductions. Here's a list of important people at Ridgewood High School. If you need any help in the areas of discipline, residency, attendance, you would contact David Hawk, our Dean of Students. Any questions about PE or band would be relayed to Rob St. John. English and Social Studies is Pam Mundy. Student Services, that would be counselors, social workers, classes, Katie Davis. Dr. Mike Mairano is our Division Head of Special Education and can answer any questions regarding special education. Maggie Molnar is Division Head of Teaching and Learning. Lisa Bellata, Career Pathways and Innovative Programming. Kevin Counselor, Instructional Technology. He can help you with Canvas and Skyward. And Megan Cantos is our Activities Director, and she would be more than happy to help your student find an activity or a club to belong to.
Hi, this is Lisa Bellata, and I'm here to talk to you about Parent University. This year, we want to bring you some exciting sessions during the day and evening, depending upon your schedule. But first, we need your feedback. Here's a QR code. I would love it if you would take a picture of this, fill out our brief survey so we could see what our parents want. You are the most important part of your student's future. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Maggie Molnar, and I'm the Division Head of Teaching and Learning here at Ridgewood High School. I'm going to talk to you about Ridgewood's curriculum and our competency education system, but I'd like to start off by having you watch this video.
List A has memorizing content, following instructions, replicating low-level procedures, and choosing from A, B, C, or D. List B is communication, creative problem-solving, collaboration, and critical analysis.
I definitely use B more.
List B automatically, because these are the things that I learned outside of school.
Oh, definitely List B, yeah.
I use List B a lot more because, like in engineering, your job is to solve problems, not to choose from a list.
Creative problem solving, it was the first thing that I saw here, and that's why I picked the List B.
List A. A.
Definitely List A.
List A is like how we would learn in high school, and List B is how we would learn in the real world.
And List A sounds like you're taking the SATs or something in a blue book, and it sounds awful, and I'm getting anxiety just looking at it.
Definitely List B.
They need to be able to have a conversation with an employer. They need to be able to talk to somebody and say, this is what I can do for you. This is how I can help you. This is how I can be an asset to your company.
We need people to understand our business, to help us identify solutions that we can use in our company.
I hire a lot of our caseworkers. I look for people who are proactive. You have to have a go-getter and strong attitude. And honestly, a lot of people who excel in my field are people who do not have degrees.
We need to be prepared for life, and that's a totally different system that we have been exposed to.
Several years ago, we asked parents and community members to tell us what they wanted our students to be able to do when they graduated high school. And they came up with a very similar list as to List B. And we knew we needed to shift our way of teaching and education so that we could make sure students had what they needed to be prepared for the future. With that in mind, we created our learning model that focuses on learning, innovation, and life and career skills. Skills that we know that our students are going to need in order to be successful in the future, whether they are pursuing college or a career. That type of system is often referred to as a competency education system. And in order to show you the difference between traditional grading and competency education, I'm actually going to ask you to participate in a little activity with me. You can either scan this QR code on your phone or go to the link tinyurl.com/basketballgrade. And I'm going to ask you to grade an assignment as if you are a teacher. We're going to look at 3 different participants who are given the instructions to dribble a basketball for 15 seconds. Give me a second here. So, as you watch each participant, think about what letter grade you would give them on their dribbling. Go ahead and pause, and so go ahead and write down or fill out a letter grade, A, B, C, D, or F. Participant number 2. Go ahead again and issue a letter grade. Our final participant. All right, that was our final participant. So you should have 3 letter grades for the 3 different people at this point. I'm actually going to go ahead and show you the results that we have gotten from doing this activity. You can see here the letter grades that have been given to participant 1, ranging from A's all the way to F. Participant 2 also has a really wide range from A's to D's. And participant 3, again, is actually the most consistent with the majority A's, but still some outliers here. So there's not really a consistent idea of what a letter grade is or what dribbling skills are. And so when you think about the letter grades you gave, I want you to think about a couple of questions. 1, why did you give the grades that you did? What was the criteria that you used to determine your letter grade? Do you think it was consistent for each person? Do you think you were really able to tell in that 15 seconds if they had mastered dribbling and that they were a great basketball player? Final question I really want to ask you is, do you think if you gave that person the letter grade, the B, the A, or the D, would that really tell them what they needed to do next time in order to improve? So when we look at traditional education, we would give letter grades for the work that students were doing, but that didn't really give them a lot of information about what they needed to do in order to grow and succeed. A lot of times you might have found yourself in the basketball dribbling activity comparing the participants to each other in order to issue letter grades, rather than looking at their individual skills on their own. It didn't necessarily account for the skills that someone already had before they began the activity. You also might realize that there was no context to this assignment at all. There was no instructions that were given. There was no specific skills that were requested. Instead, it was very vague instructions. And so we realized if we're looking at that model, we needed to do something different that would help students know what they needed to do in order to improve. And that's again where we came up with this learning model. We wanted students to be able to know how their learning, innovation, and life and career skills were going to lead to the future and where those skills come up across all of their classes so that they can see those connections. And so from these skills, we broke them down into our graduation competencies. You can see in the white boxes the different specific competencies that we have chosen to focus on that we know are going to make our students career and college ready in the future. And all of our classes will hit on different competencies so that by the time they graduate, they should have been exposed and gotten a chance to really develop all of these skills. One of the other things that we really appreciate and value about this system is that it gives students a common target that they can work on every single year in high school. Rather than having separate rubrics in each class, they will use the same consistent rubric throughout so that they can see as a freshman in English what they're going to need to do sophomore year, junior year, and senior year. They can see that final end of where they need to get to grow, and they constantly know where they are and what the next step is and how they need to improve. That is just a brief overview of our competency education system. We do have a page on our website that goes into more detail if you have any questions, but I also really encourage you to reach out at any point.
Next is the freshman experience, what our goals are. First, we're going to meet all learners where they are. Next, we're going to build strong, lasting relationships through the advisory model, which I'm going to further talk about on the next slide. We also focus on real-world skills that we'll build throughout high school. Like the previous slides where we discussed problem solving, collaboration, those are all skills that we are going to focus on. Our fourth goal is to provide timely interventions to assure growth. We will provide interventions through study hall. We have tutoring available, and we also have flex time where students will be able to get extra assistance from their teachers during that time as well. We're going to begin developing a post-secondary plan, and through that, the students will meet with their counselor to come up with what their post-secondary goals are so they can work towards that. And finally, we're going to provide transparency. So our advisory model, when and why. Advisory is the first point of contact for parents and other teachers of the student. Advisory is held on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. Their advisors will follow them from their freshman year through their senior year. During this time, it's important for the students and their advisor to build strong relationships. They're going to understand a student's academic and socio-emotional strengths and challenges. Advisors are also going to communicate with the families. We're going to remind students about attendance, check-ins, scheduling, and other deadlines. Advisors will meet with the students and go over grades weekly to make sure that they're staying on top of their classes. Advisors are also going to assist students in signing up for flex time for teacher support and enrichment. Finally, advisory is a chance for students to navigate through freshman year by providing discussions, coaching, and overall support. Our advisory model has students in 9th through 12th grade, so students are able to talk to students that have been here at Ridgewood for a while and ask for support or ask questions regarding classes that they've already taken. For student services, this year we have an alpha split model, so students will have their counselor and social worker that they can work with based on their last name. So we have our alpha split A through G, the counselor is Mr. Jerry and social worker is Miss Lanus. The next alpha split is H through O, and we have Ms. Jellison and Miss Morelli. And finally, we have P through Z, and a counselor is Miss Franz and the social worker is Miss Snyder. If students ever need any assistance, they can reach out through email or set up an appointment online under the Student Life Student Services tab. They can find schedule an appointment on there, and they can schedule the appointment directly with the counselor or social worker.
So now it's time to talk about dual credit and, most importantly, how to save time and money on college. So first, what is dual credit? Dual credit are classes that high school students take that give them both college credit and high school credit. Some of these classes we offer here at Ridgewood with our Ridgewood teachers, and others students will go to Triton to take. So next question is, what colleges do these transfer to? The majority of our dual credit classes actually are through Triton, and then we also have some through Northeastern. But many times the students and parents ask, well, what if we're not going to those colleges? We try to offer classes that will transfer to any university. It's almost like when you go to a junior college for 2 years and then you go to a 4-year college for the next 2 years, those classes transfer over. So we look to do as many of those classes, they're called IAI in Illinois, they're inter Illinois agreements that if a student passes this class at this school it would automatically qualify for credit at other schools. So they do transfer to most universities in Illinois and many of the universities outside of Illinois as well. What's the difference between AP and dual credit? AP classes our students can take, and at the end of the class, they'll take a test, and if they score a 4 or 5, or for some colleges, a 3, 4, or 5, they will get college credit. If they don't get that score, then they do not get college credit. Whereas dual credit classes is once the students enroll in the class, they get a C or higher, they get that college credit. They now have a transcript with college credits on there, and they don't have to worry about taking the test at the end. Parents also ask, how do we register for dual credit? Part of our registration process is to have all freshmen and transfer students register for dual credit by filling out first a registration form on the Triton website, and then second, filling out the application on the Triton website. Once you've done that, and you've done the application one time, now anytime you take a dual credit class, the school sends Triton that roster and they're automatically enrolled in dual credit. So the main thing they need to do is just fill out, once again, register with Triton and then fill out the Triton application. So many of our students think they just register and think they fill out that. No, you did not fill out the application. You have to do both. So make sure you do that. Finally, how many dual credit courses could a student take? So if we look at this example, freshmen at Ridgewood actually get 11 dual credit in their first year. So you can sort of look at this and you see Project Lead the Way, actually both semesters are different classes. And they get dual credit in PE and computer credit in computer science. And once again, computer science is one of those IAI courses that will transfer to many of the universities. And then you can sort of see in the following years the classes they can take. So in your first 2 years, you can take up to 16 college credits, which is a semester of college. Junior year is where we really pick up on the dual credits, because that's when you can actually take dual credits in math and English as well. And you'll notice, if you look at this first semester and second semester, in both math and English, they're separate classes. So really you take a college class first semester and another math college class second semester, same with English. So that's where they can really wrap up a lot of those, along with some of our other electives that offer dual credits. You also see honors bio, so they can get one of their, once again, normally they have to take a biology class in college, get the biology out of the way, and you can have your math and your English classes done before you even go to college, just in your junior year. And then you sort of see senior year. So a total of 64 college credits is very possible for our students. Besides what we've just shown you in these examples, the credits we offer at Ridgewood, students can also, their junior and senior year, go to Triton and take classes as well that Ridgewood will pay for. So 64 credit hours. In order to get an associate's degree, many of the programs you need to have 60 credit hours. So you can see why our goal of having 5 of this year's freshman class, having 5 of those students earn an associate's degree before you graduate, you can see how that is obtainable. And that will probably require, though, taking some more classes on Triton campus just so they have that right mix.
Hello, I'm Pam Mundy, and I'm the division head for Humanities, and I'm going to talk to you about our schedule. Our schedule does look a little different this year, and we have a schedule to provide flexibility for our students and meeting our students where they are, meeting students' needs. On the Mondays, you'll see that they have shortened periods where the teachers can give an overview for the week. There is an advisory period, a shortened advisory period on Monday, and then we have our lunch and flex time periods, and then we have professional development for teachers and staff from 2 to 3. On Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, we have the mornings where the longer periods occur, and then again, lunch and flex time, and then skinny periods in the afternoon where students and teachers can go over materials. There's reinforcement, teaching, and reviewing the skills that are taught earlier in the day. schedule provides an opportunity for us again to meet students' needs, to be able to offer them opportunities for dual credit classes at Triton, for example, or to be able to pursue internships and other opportunities that will help them get closer to where they want to be in their next steps, whether it's college or career. I'm going to talk a little bit about flex time now, and you saw on the last slide where a student has lunch for 55 minutes and then a flex period for 55 minutes. Every Wednesday during advisory, and again, advisory meets for a shortened period on Monday and then again on Wednesday and then on Friday for 55-minute periods. And during advisory on Wednesdays, students will sign up for the flex times that they want for the next week. Flex times can be deeper dives and extension activities into core curriculum or core content and skills. It might be simply office hours. If a student is struggling in math, for example, a student can sign up for office hours with their math teacher and attend those. AP classes will be meeting for at least one day a week, according to a schedule that we established. We will have writing labs and reading labs, science opportunities, and then we also have offerings like post-secondary planning, some guest speakers. There are different interventions that can take place, again, based on both student choice and student need. So the ideal is that students will stay on top of their work, and then they can sign up for even some things that are more enriching or even fun, things like where they explore their interests like robotics or poetry or choice book reading. But then there might be times when they are kind of struggling and are working on their skills and just need a little additional help from their teachers. And so there's a lot of flexibility built into our flex time. And we're hoping that this will help our students, again, be more ready for their next steps.
So today we want to talk about two different systems that we have set up that parents will have access to. One is Canvas, our learning management system. This is basically the hub of all learning. That's where a lot of everything starts for classes. Students have access to all course information. Assignments are loaded in here. This is where they're going to submit their assignments. Teachers will load videos and resources and everything that a student needs will really kind of start in Canvas, and then it may go out from there. Parents do have access to being able to log into Canvas to see what's going on in the class and get some more insight about where their student is at and how they're performing. Parents were given login credentials in order to log in and see this information when they picked up their iPad. If you didn't happen to get that, we are planning on sending out login credentials to those parents who didn't receive that in the coming week or so. So that should be coming soon. The other system we wanted to talk about a little bit today is our student information system. This is called Skyward. This is where students can access all their course grades, and parents can check grades as well. So everything really ends up getting loaded into Skyward, towards the end of the semester. If you happen to have any issues, you can always reach out to the technology department at technology@ridgenet.org, and that goes to everyone in the department, and we will respond back to you and try to help you out as best we can.
Hi, my name is Dr. Mike Majorano, and I am the Department Chair for Special Education at Ridgewood High School, and welcome. I'm very excited to have your son or daughter attending Ridgewood. It is a phenomenal school, and we offer a great many programs that I'm very proud of. On staff, I have 9 special education teachers, and 2 freshman case managers who also double as teachers. So your son or daughter will be assigned to either Christy McCabe or Bill Lahotsky. They are my freshman case managers. I also have 17 paraprofessionals to support classes that are special ed or non-special ed classes. So there's a lot of support in our school. We have one transition specialist. His name is Dan Rosenberg, and he will help your son or daughter plan for their life after graduation. And that planning starts on the very first day of school. So you will be in contact with him over the next 4 years, and you will get to know him very well. If your son or daughter needs speech therapy or physical therapy or occupational therapy, we offer all those services. In addition, we also offer an adapted physical education program. Our courses are designed through 3 tiers. The first tier is a Peers core courses, and these are for students who need significantly more assistance to navigate and to comprehend the curriculum. Classes are smaller, and there's a lot more individualized support in those classes. We then offer a co-taught curriculum, which is taught by a special education teacher and a general education teacher, paired together. They still effectively have the support of a special education teacher, but they are in a much larger class setting. And the final tier is our core courses, and those courses are not special education courses as such. So if your son or daughter wishes to take core courses, and the IEP team agrees that this is a good move for them to make, we will then put them in a core course. Oftentimes, those courses will be supported by a paraprofessional. And of course, over the 4 years, your son or daughter will have the benefit of being assigned to a case manager that will help manage their case and make sure that they are on track and everything is going to be set for graduation. So again, welcome to Ridgewood. It's a great place to be, and we are very, very happy to have you here.
Hello, I am Rob St. John. I'm your athletic director. I wanted to roll through and give you guys a better idea of what happens after school. Right, so you guys learned a lot of information about what happens from 8 o'clock to 3:05, and all the incredible teachers and support staff members that we have here to work with your sons and daughters during the school day, and all of the amazing things that are happening within the confines of our classrooms. That does not stop at 3:05. It does continue, where we have 17 athletic teams and over 30 activities. And the slide you're looking at, I'll start on the left side in the green, as I'm looking at it, the left side, green side. We have an alphabetic list of all of the clubs and activities that we offer, including archery and art, band, chess, DECA, which is a business club, drama club, which would be the organization that does all of our plays. We have 2 plays throughout the course of the year. We have FBLA, different class councils, like Garden Club, Golf Club, Gay Straight Alliance. You guys can kind of read through here. Multimedia Club, National Honor Society, Scholastic Bowl on that right side, Rebel Newspaper, and all the different activities that we have. Each one of these clubs and activities has an outstanding advisor that's going to be working with your sons and daughters after school hours and doing different fundraising activities, working on the specific things that they're working on, right? So that lends itself to that particular club. But also it's a way to get involved and to really create new friendships, to create new opportunities to meet people, new teachers potentially that they might not know, and really engage themselves and find new passions and new things that they're going to be interested in potentially for years to come. The person you can contact directly, if you have a question, would be Megan Canto. She's our activity coordinator. But you can also go to our website at d234.org/clubs, and all of our clubs and activities are listed there with a picture of who the teacher is that works with your sons and daughters for that particular club, their email, and then also their meeting day and time. So all that information is there for you to look through. Even prior to attending any kind of meetings, you can get a pretty good idea of what's going on. But if you want more detailed information, definitely reach out to the advisor. On the right-hand side, those are the athletic programs that we offer. So we have 3 different sports seasons, fall, winter, and spring. The fall is a season that's currently going on now. That typically starts in early August and goes until the middle end of October. So it would be football, girls volleyball, boys soccer, girls tennis, boys and girls cross country, our Spirit Poms, and our Spirit Cheer team. Our winter sports are girls basketball, boys basketball, wrestling, competitive dance, competitive cheer. That starts typically late October and goes until the middle part of February. Our spring sports, which run typically from the end of February until the middle end of May, are baseball, softball, girls soccer, boys and girls track, and boys volleyball. And much like with the activities, you can go to our website, d234.org athletics, and each athletic program has their own site where you can click on it. You can see the image of the head coach, a listing of all of the coaches, an idea of what their schedules look like, a little bit of information about their history, accomplishments that they've had recently, and an email link to the head coach if you have any sports-specific questions. You can always reach out to me. Again, I'm Rob St. John, rstjohn@ridgenet.org. I'm happy to answer any sport or activity questions you guys might have. The analogy I always like to use with extracurriculars is it's like a yin yang in Chinese culture with the balancing of life, really. So you have your academic life, you have your after school life, you have your family life, your spiritual life, and all of those types of things. But I really believe strongly that athletics and activities, extracurriculars, really provides a great balance and a great opportunity for your sons and daughters to get involved in the school, get involved in the community, and really create some lasting and memorable experiences. So yeah, just let me know if you guys have any questions or reach out to Ms. Cantos, and we'd be happy to help you. Our last slide is the question slide. If you guys have gone through this presentation and have any questions, you can always reach out to any of the individuals who were connected with that slide, or you can definitely reach out to Gina Castellano. She is our principal, and I know she'll have answers for you with whatever questions you might have. So thanks for listening, and have a wonderful day.